Hello guys and welcome in another video. This is a special video for me because I asked in the not the last video, the before the last video about what is a 4.6 liter engine means to me. And I said guys, if anyone can guess what kind of engine it is, I'm gonna make it and I'm gonna say his name or her name in the credits of this video or when I record this video. So the guy that he guessed correctly, his name is Da Cool Dragon, aka Danny. That's his name. He guessed correctly. A 4601cc is of course the Ford Modular Crown Victoria V8 engine. Of course, that's my favorite engine because that's my daily driving car. I drive the car every day, and it's been reliable and good serving for me every day since I got it. So this is I made a replica or a close replica of the factory specs of the Ford Modular 4.6 single overhead camshaft with 2 valves per cylinder Crown Vic from 1996, because that's the car that I'm driving these days. I mean, the car has been reliable since, and the engine has been serving well, serving the family, serving everyone, taking the kids to school and everything. It's awesome. It's good. It gets some good mileage. I have tuned the car. I've put some mods on it because you know, basically the engine used to be really you know, really lazy. The engine was really lazy when I first got it, so there are some mods needs to be done. I've done some, and there are still some that I need to do later. So there it is guys. It has a 90 degrees V, 8 cylinders with cast iron block, 90.2 millimeters yes, bore, and 90 millimeter stroke, overhead cam with 2 valves per cylinder. I know that's lame. Cast iron head, no VVL of course, cast iron crank, cast connecting rods and cast pistons, +1 quality. 9.0 to 1, this is the official compression ratio from Ford themselves. 41 normal cam profile, no VVT, +1 again, naturally aspirated of course. Injection, multi-point, single, standard. It runs on 91 octane fuel. I mean, when I first got it, the EC was tuned from the factory to run at 87 octane fuel, but when I live there is no 87, there is only 91 and 95 octane. So yes, I've tuned it to on 91, and the engine is now producing a bit more torque and power. The fuel mixture is 13.6. The ignition timing at 59 degrees, or yes. The maximum RPM is 6000. That's the stock factory RPM, and the quality is +1 again. It has, and that's unfortunate, and that's what is really choking the engine up. It has a cast log headers, which are the worst headers you can ever put on a V8. I hate these headers. I hate them so much because, I mean, yes, they served well, they are reliable and good, but they choke the hell out of the engine. It has a cast iron log headers, dual exhaust. I mean, the rear car has 2-inch exhaust, but here, so I can make the power and torque really correct, I have to put 1.8 inches, 3-way. Actually, the car in real life has 2-way catalytic converter, but it's also to make the power and torque correct, I have to use 3-way. Baffled, which is the worst muffler also. Yes, it's on the car right now, and the muffler is reverse flow. The front they use the baffled, and in reverse the second mufflers on the back they use reverse flow. Also, I'm gonna change the exhaust system maybe later this year. Also +1. So there it is guys, 190 horsepower, 0.2, and 265 pound-feet of torque. As you can see, this engine has been designed to run at low torque, low end torque. I mean, when you are spinning this engine really low, you will get all the torque you want, and that's the whole point of this engine, and that's the whole point of the Crown Vic actually. It's a city car, a taxi, or a cop car. It's reliable, it's good, it serves well, and I mean, yes, it served the family really well. I mean, the fuel economy is not really good because in the 1996 or in the 1990s, the the modular V8 wasn't that much economical. But now in the modern days, yes, now in 2017 we care about fuel efficiency and fuel economy. So yes, I've tuned the car, so I've made a perfect tune, so the car will run on 91 with good power and torque and save a little bit of fuel. So it's better than stock. The smoothness 61, which is I think it's correct in the real life. The throttle response is let's say lazy. Yes, the convicts are lazy with the throttle response. Service cost 380. Yes, I know. In real life, the Crown Vic is so crappy and not so crappy, so cheap to mend. I mean, sensors, pulleys, filters, everything is so freaking cheap. That's why I liked it. It's reliable. I think in real life it's more reliable than 69 because it's still living with me since the day I got it. And yes, I know the engine is freaking heavy because everything is cast iron, and what do you expect from a cast iron engine? I know 36.2 production units. I mean, the company or Ford Motor Company, they made this engine, to serve one main reason: mass produce. They want a mass produced V8 to serve the nation, to serve the world. The world, yes, that's why they made the modular V8, which is really good engine. I mean, some of these V8s came with a dual overhead camshaft. Some of them came with single overhead with 3 valves or 4 valves. Some of them came with superchargers. Some of them naturally aspirated. Some of them, with higher compression ratios. For every application, for every car has its own variant. So that's it, guys. Let's hear this legendary engine that served the world. Actually, it served the United States with cop cars, taxis, and sport cars like the Mustang, and many other legendary cars. So let's hear it. As you can see here, the torque range or the torque and the power band, it's smooth, it's good, but the torque, as you can see, it will hit the max torque at 2400. In real life or in the real engine, it will hit the maximum torque at 3250 rpm, but in the game, no, it will. I tried to make it to hit the maximum torque here, but no, we can't provide everything. That's the best thing you can do. So let's hear it. So let's say if we are driving this car on a daily road, you're gonna hit the RPM starting from 500, 800. Yes, 800, it's correct actually. Look, the RPM right now is at 800, which is the real RPM in the car when you are at idle. So let's say driving the car normally 1000 RPM, 2000. Yes, good. And the good news is this bar here is back, so we can look at the engine again. This is my first time in automation that I used the cast log exhaust headers because I hate these so much. I freaking hate them because why the hell do they use it? It's crappy. I mean, Shortcast is way more better than these. I mean, I know these are cheap and good for mass produce engines, but no, they are choking the hell out of the engine that they use it in. I mean, I will show you how. First of all, let me name the engine. I'm gonna name it the 1990. No, I'm gonna Ford. Um, right. I'm gonna call it factory close replica. Alright, let's save it and then let's go out like this and search for it. Alright, here it is. Let's make a cologne. Alright, here's the cologne. Price. Alright, let me show you guys. I'm gonna keep everything, keep the bottom end the same. Cast iron block, cast iron heads with overhead cam and 2 valves. Let me show you guys if what kind of mods you can do to this engine so we can make it monster. Let's keep the bottom end stock and the compression ratio and the cams and everything stock. Let's go here to this section here and the exhaust section. These are the most two important sections you can do in this car. First of all, it runs on 90.9. If you bought the performance package or the performance intake, I don't know, from K&N or something. I mean, yes, in here in automation you have to change the intake manifold and the the injectors and everything. Look at the gain, 1 horsepower and 268, so 3 more pound-feet of torque. Tune it for 95 octane. Yeah, and everything is still on the crappy stock, what do you call it, the exhaust. Look, now we have 198 horsepower, right? The next thing is the exhaust, and that is the most big disappointed in this engine. Change the headers to tubular. Look at the difference, just look. I mean, even if you don't want tubular, if you want to use a short cast from another version of the modular, from a junkyard or something, look at the difference. You will gain more torque, you will gain more horsepower, you will gain 30 horsepower from a crappy short cast header. You find it in the junkyard from a clapped out Mustang or something. Tubular, which is an aftermarket kit. High flow 3-way catalytic converter. Let's say you want to keep the car. Alright, I play it straight through with this. Now let's say reverse flow straight through and a bigger exhaust. I mean, look at this. The engine can run at 275 horsepower just with a bigger exhaust system, with a better exhaust system. I did not change the quality. I just made it 2.5 inches, 2.5 inches, better header, better catalytic converter, better mufflers, and of course with a better intake with the same quality. I just changed the intake from a standard to performance, increased the ignition timing, and used 95 octane, which is available in the country that I live in. Look, we still have good headroom in the octane range. Wow, that's amazing. I just tuned the air intake and the exhaust system, just both of them, and look at the difference in the power and the torque and the sound also. it sounds better now, even at idle. Now it sounds like a V8. So you see, these are the basic, mods you can do to the Crown Vic just to increase the power without, opening the engine. I mean, exhaust, easy, and the intake system is easier actually, because there are many kits you can find online. Better intake manifold, better throttle body, better air intake system, better injectors, spark plugs, everything. Spark plugs, wires, and what the hell? Why in the game they still use distributors? I mean, this is a modern engine. It should use coils. Wow, what a disappointment. And of course, you can the exhaust, just the headers, bigger tubes, and better Cadillac converter, better mufflers, and away you go. 275 horsepower. What a difference! I mean, 85 horsepower difference from stock to this with these cool mods, easy mods. I mean, yes, you will need workshops. You need a workshop so you can, change, so you can lift the car up and change the headers and change the exhaust system. I mean, you can do the intake at home, but I prefer a mechanic, a qualified mechanic, so the gaskets and everything will put on right. And the tune, of course, you need the dyno for that. Wow, and look at the result. I mean, I'm impressed. I want to do the exhaust of my car. I want to change it. Now I'm really convinced with that. I mean, I know that results may vary in real life, but you saw. Let's see what other kind of mods you can do. If you want to change the configuration to twin, only throttle response different, but no power or torque increase. Throttle per cylinder, less torque and 1 horsepower more. So no. Alright, the next thing is if I want to change the camshafts to a bigger ones, sporty ones, from Ford Racing or something. Wow, 300. .326 horsepower, but oh my god, look at the fuel efficiency. No, that's not good. Oh, what the hell, who cares about fuel efficiency? Look at the way we have wakened this engine up. And they will be, of course, higher quality than the crappy stock ones. And let's say if I used a better fuel injectors, look, we can now reuse the 91 octane fuel, which is cheaper. And if we made the exhaust size 2.8 inches, 335 horsepower. Wow, what a difference. Let's hear it. I want to hear the new camshaft. Whoa! We are still using 2 valves per cylinder, remember that. Let's say if I want to use a custom header, custom long tubular header, 344 horsepower. Wow. And a 3-inch exhaust system, that's better also. Higher quality exhaust system. Wow, that is just amazing. Nearly 350 horsepower. Wow, wow, amazing. I mean, even if I bought, I don't know how variable valve timing works. I think variable valve timing valves are a collection of technologies that optimize valve train action throughout the engine operation condition. Hmm. Oh, imagine if there is a VVT package or something for the Crown Vic that you can buy. That would be awesome. Alright, with VVT, I know we will not gain horsepower and torque, but we will gain horsepower and torque at the lowest and at low RPM, more fuel efficiency, more smoothness. Yes, and the engine will get heavier because you know the variable valves timing with the gears and everything. It will get heavier, more complex. Wow. I mean, if I made it to 340 horsepower in real life, that would be tremendous. Imagine, we started with 190 horsepower and now 347 and 304 pound-feet of torque. I mean, yes, the torque has increased a little bit, but the power, wow, just wow. Let's see if we switch to twin. Nothing. Throttle per cylinder. That's better actually. Wow. Let's say if I decided to open the engine up, you know, change the internals to forged steel crank, heavy duty forged or lightweight forged, lightweight 4 pistons, +5 quality, increase the RPM up to 7,000 maybe. Now let's stick with piston. Where are they? Forged pistons, yes. Wow. 374 horsepower. Now that itself is just amazing. Wow, imagine changing the intake system to a throttle per cylinder and a better forged internals, higher RPM up to 7,000. Just hear that, I want to hear that. No, I don't think there is a kit throttle per cylinder, so let's get back to single. That's more convenient. I mean, I know we'll have lost a bit of power, but imagine then everything I did here, after I opened the engine, changed the internals, better throttle, better intake, better exhaust system, now I decided to boost it. Medium and ball bearing, let's say a custom one, +5. I have to decrease the ignition timing. Alright, that's more like it. Use 95 octane. Wow, look at that, babe. 10 pound boost. Yes, 10 psi is good. Large intercooler. Look at that. 480 horsepower. I mean, now the engine is more like an SRT Dodge, SRT Hemi, 480 horsepower. I mean a regular SRT, not a Hellcat. Let's increase the ignition system and a little bit fuel in. No, let's stick like that. The exhaust. Now that is a little bit crappy, so that's 13.5. Ho, the exhaust needs to get bigger. 516 horsepower. $515, that's better. Wow, let's hear it. Let's increase the RPM or not. Wow, that is just amazing. 515 horsepower. Turbo tuned version. Wow, amazing. I mean, in the country that I live, there's no 98 octane, so I have to stick with 95. Since I have a little bit of room here, 94.6, I'm gonna make the boost jump a little bit. Yes, like that. 10.3. The R ratio. I mean, yes, I can make it higher. 531 horsepower, my friend. That's how it is. As you can see here, the RPM or the power will start decreasing because the two valves are getting, at their maximum load. You will need more valves to continue. But 531 horsepower from a 4.6 liter, Crown Vic engine with 2 valves per cylinder and twin turbochargers and huge exhaust and better intake, better everything. 531, that's how it should be. And 430 pound-feet. Imagine stick that in the Crown Vic and going to the drag strip with it. Make it a little bit lightweight, take off the rear seat and the passenger seat, some of the door trims, empty the trunk, take off the spare wheel and put a lightweight battery in it. What else should we do? Put a lightweight wheels on it. Put also, if I can maybe make a carbon fiber hood or bonnet, at the specialist carbon fiber, because in these days there are some specialists that they can make a carbon fiber replica of your stock hood. They will take off your stock hood and they will make a replica of it using carbon fiber, which will save a lot of weight. Imagine doing that and doing a trunk or a boot also from carbon fiber. Wow, the car will get lighter and the engine get powerful, but I have one tiny little problem. I have all this power. The gearbox. The gearbox will immediately explode if I introduced it to this power. So yes, I have to go online and see if there are some companies in the US that can make kits or thumbs or ready built Crown Vic transmissions that can take this kind of power. Wow, imagine that. Even if I don't want to make the car a racing car, I want to keep it a daily driving car, I only need this engine, a better exhaust, not better exhaust, better gearbox, better rear differential, because I don't want it to explode and I want the correct ratio, better brakes, better suspension. Wow, the car will fly. So I hope really you guys enjoyed this video, guys, and thank you so much for this cool fan who guessed the correct size, which his name is Da Cool Dragon, aka Danny. Thank you so much for guessing the correct size and the correct engine. I hope really guys enjoyed this video. Remember, if you enjoyed it, please hit that like button and subscribe for more cool videos, and hit that ringing bell button so you can get all the notifications when I post a new video, because some of you guys are missing my new videos. Thank you so much guys for watching. I will see you in another video later, and bye bye.